Hello again, everybody. I hope you got something out of the first video talking about stick technique and holding the stick in a way that enables the stick to rebound for you to use your fingers and play faster, easier. We're going to talk today about another thing that I kind of encountered when I was playing in worship band situations, where I started to see that I had a problem because I was starting to play part of a song in the worship set, and I would start to just zone out because it was the part I was playing wasn't all that interesting to me. And I don't know if you've ever encountered this, but it's a thing where you're playing a real basic pattern with the bass drum and snare drum, and the ride cymbal is just playing eighth notes. And I started to think about what I could add to make myself feel more engaged in what I was doing, and also adding to the beat instead of taking it away or changing it. We want to keep the bass drum and snare drum locked into the primary feel of the song, so changing that for me wasn't an option. So what I thought about was one part of the kit that I had my appendage connected to that I wasn't using was my hi-hat. And so I started to think about was putting that into the pattern without necessarily changing it but enhancing things. So one thing that I would do, to give you a for instance kind of thing, an example, if I'm playing a rhythm like what I was talking about, right? After a while it gets really easy for you to just kind of like zone out. So what I thought, I would put the hi-hat on the off beat or the and beat. So it would be something like this. Okay, so what's going on there is like a counter rhythm that's happening, but I haven't changed the bass drum or snare drum around. So it enables the listener to kind of be treated to something in the rhythm that enhances the rhythm more, but doesn't take away from it. So then I started to think, okay, is there something else I could do with my hi-hat foot that would be less simplified of just playing on the and beat? Maybe I would play it on a 16th note beat, off beat. So you could do that as well, maybe on the of the beat. See, that gives it a little bit of a shuffle feel, and that might not work maybe for some situation, but might enhance another situation, depending upon how the music goes. Could also put it on the E beat. Maybe I could do both of them. Maybe for a certain part in the song that might be interesting. Maybe I could switch it around and play the E on one part of the beat, and then on the next one I could play it on the and. So you have these options without actually changing the primary focus of the feel, which is your bass drum and snare drum. Another thing that I started to think about was maybe changing the ride cymbal part. Maybe I could play something like what I'm doing on the hi-hat, maybe on the ride cymbal, like accenting the and. Something like that, or maybe 16th notes. Right? So this is just kind of like the beginning of thinking about it all. You can kind of like create your own kind of like emulations of this and see what works for you in a musical situation of what you're playing, and if it works, great, but that's just one more tool that you can use. All right, thanks.